Man, yeah, we all know what's going on. R.I.P. Hulkster. Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan passed away this morning. Man, I'm still a little bit shocked. I mean, I've been listening to Real American on repeat for the last half an hour. That's how I'm coping. I put on a theme song that has always stirred something inside of me since I was a little kid. So we're gonna take time, first part of the show here, to reminisce, because guess what? I am going to make this my segment today. So it was you if you don't understand, man. And so hope everybody's doing all right on this Thursday. I was gonna start the show complaining a little bit about Fantastic Four, but that's well, we can get to that. It's still gonna be here. And oh man. And yes, it comes in threes. Malcolm, Ozzy, and Hulkster. It comes in threes. Sometimes you forget that, and that sucks. It sucks. I'm bummed out right now. I'm bummed out. I cannot not be bummed out. You have to understand. Love him or hate him, and a lot of people did not like Terry Bollea Hulk Hogan. A lot of people didn't like him. A lot of people shat on him. Oh, he ruined the industry. Oh, he was horrible to work with. Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You know why? You know why? Because that man was literally a real life superhero to us as kids. You don't fucking get it if you shit on Hulkster. If you booed him in his last appearance, like a lot of people did, you don't fucking get it. You only booed the Hulkster when he was Hollywood and he was playing a heel. That's when you booed the Hulkster, because that was playing into the game. But you don't boo the Hulkster because you don't understand. I don't care if people were, oh, he was horrible to work with. Oh, he wasn't a good wrestler. No, I've seen the clips of when he went to Japan and wrestled. He could wrestle when he wanted to. He could do technical shit when he wanted to. That man was a literal, real-life superhero to kids in the 80s. If you were not there, you can't possibly understand. And I still bleed red and gold. That his theme song means something to me. Always has. To me, it's one of the most patriotic themes in history. Right? Rick Derringer. I am a real American. And I mean, of course he was going to pass away at some point. Of course. Hell, there's the joke out there. Ric Flair keeps kicking out. Ric Flair just kicked out of cancer again. Nate keeps kicking out. And Nate was even harder on himself than Hulkster was. Nate was the gimmick. But yeah, Hulkster. Man. I'm coping hard right now. It's sinking in as it is now spreading everywhere. When we go over the news, it is now spreading everywhere. We're going to be hit by it every moment of today's show. And you don't understand. If you weren't there, you can't really possibly understand what it was like to turn on wrestling as a kid, as a little kid. I'm talking like 5, 6 years old, and see this larger than life dude waving the American flag, doing these poses, hulking up, doing all that stuff, fighting commies. If you hate Hulk Hogan, you are a communist. And you have to realize what it was. And then he's everywhere. The cartoon, Hulk Hogan and his Rock and Roll All-Star, the cartoon. He pops up on the A-Team. He's in Rocky 3. He's everywhere. Him and Mr. T are doing stuff. He's freaking everywhere. And it's like, goddamn, this is great. And then, man, you don't know what it's like waking up every Saturday morning at a certain point, and I'm watching Saturday morning cartoons. While I'm watching Saturday morning cartoons, I've got my WWF playset, and I got all my action figures. All of them had a Hulkster, had a Warrior, had a Big Boss Man, had Demolition. I had all the ones they released at that time with their action poses. And I'm sitting there playing wrestling while watching Saturday morning cartoons. It was constant. And Hulkster was my eternal champion. I mean, I've told the story. I'm the past. I'm gonna tell it again. It's after WrestleMania 6 when Hogan loses to Warrior because they think they're gonna put the belt on Warrior for a while, which was just a terrible run. And Hulkster was gonna take a break for a bit. And of course, as a little kid, we didn't. When you are 5, 6, 7 years old, you do not understand it's fake. It looks real to you. All right. And they had him go out on Brother Love's bit. And then Earthquake came out and he blitzed Hogan and he did the Earthquake finisher where he runs and just drops on his full 400 pounds on your chest. He did that to Hulkster over and over again. And Hulkster going, spasming on the ground. And it's breaking. I'm going, no! What are you doing? Because I'd never seen the Hulkster beat up like that yet, because in my years of watching that point. So I'd never seen him get taken down like that. Of course, that was just the impetus to get him out so he could have a break, get probably a surgery or two done, and then come back. But I didn't understand as a kid. So you're watching that as a kid, watching the Hulkster spasm on television on the ground, his legs, and you're weeping. You're weeping. Your little Hulkamaniac heart is broken. And then he's out and you don't understand because at this point, he's never not been there at this point. All my years of watching Hulk Hogan, because I started watching around WrestleMania, between WrestleMania 2 and 3 is when I started watching. And at that point, Hulk Hogan had never not been there. He had never not been there doing something, either carrying the belt or fighting for the belt. And suddenly he's not there. And I said, what am I going to do? Every day, every time I'm watching wrestling, I'm waiting to see the Hulkster. So you know what to do. So millions of other little Hulkamaniacs at the time, they gave an address because you run with the bit here, send your well wishes to Hulk Hogan. And in my little boy mind, I'm thinking the Hulkster is clinging to life. My letter will save him. Do you understand, Mom? I need to send this letter to him. I've drawn a picture. I wrote this letter. Hulkster, please get better. You can do it. You come back. And when you come back, you can beat the Warrior. You can get your title back. You don't understand. I was broken as a child. And I drew a picture. Of him with crayons and everything. I drew a picture of him winning the title again. I was all in, and I sent it. I gave it to my mom. I said, Mom, please send this to Hulk Hogan. He'll get it and he'll feel better. And it went away, went in the mail. And I don't know how much long later, because this is little kid time. You have no idea how much time passes. Something comes back in the mail for me. And yes, this was literally every one of us got this, but to me, I felt it was really to me. I got a card from Hulk Hogan that said, "Thank you, my little Hulkamaniac, for sending me the well wishes, little brother. Take your prayers, say your prayers, and take your vitamins. I'm gonna be back real soon." I'm like, Hulk Hogan sent me a card. I kept that thing in a drawer for years as a little kid. It was one of my holy grails. It was a relic. It was a reliquary. It was a curio. It was like, this thing is holy. Do you not understand? Hulk Hogan replied to my letter. This is glorious. It meant everything to me. No, I do not. I still have the card, Kratos. That thing got lost decades ago. It was just a standard thing out. It wasn't like with a stamped signature and all that. It wasn't like personalized or anything. But I mean, it's not like I gave it to him in person. He signed it for me. It just arrived. Remember, I was one of probably millions of kids who sent him get well letters. So they had these things ready to go, I'm sure. But back then, I thought it really was to me as a little kid, and it meant everything to me. Back then to get that. And then he's coming back on the road to WrestleMania 7. You know, he comes back, and by then you have to understand there's multiple problems in my little kid brain. By then, Sergeant Slaughter had betrayed America, and he had sided with Saddam Hussein against America. So it's like anti-America Sergeant Slaughter, who's like ripping up flags and he's stomping on it with his pointed Arabian boots and all that kind of shit. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing, SARS? What are you doing? You've betrayed G.I. Joe. What's happening here? And then the avenging angel for patriotism, Hulk Hogan, reappears and said, Slaughter, I'm not going to let you run wild over the flag, brother. And Hulk Hogan declares war on Sergeant Slaughter. It's leading up to WrestleMania 7, my favorite WrestleMania main event of all time. And Hogan comes back, and it's the battle for the flag, and he comes out to the theme. He's coming out, I'm a real American. He comes out waving Old Glory. He's got this weird face mask on. It's like a mini gas mask with a hard plate, and he just comes out. He's ready for battle, and he's wearing a camo vest. Oh man, it was awesome. It was fantastic. And him and Slaughter put on this great match. It was the first time I ever saw anybody get busted open because Slaughter busted up Hogan. Hulkster's covered in blood. I'm like, oh my God, Hulkster's bleeding. What's going on here? I'd never seen anyone get busted open before. So it was great. And Hulkster's bleeding and he's fighting. And then he wins the championship for America. Do you understand what that meant? At the end of WrestleMania 7, when Hulk Hogan, when he waves the flag high and he's covered in blood, but he's got the flag, he's got the belt, and it's great, and it's America wins. If you were not there, you were not a kid, you do not understand what this meant. The Hulkster had come back, and he's got a victory for America. You don't know. You don't know if you weren't there. That's what it was like. As a kid, this man was a literal superhero to you. And then, of course, a few years later, the heel turn to become Hollywood Hogan. When he takes the heel turn, that breaks your heart. That broke all our hearts. Like, what are you doing, Macho Man? What are you doing? Oh my God, what are you doing? So it's, and then, I mean, by then, I'm a teenager. I know it's all fake at this point. I'm just disappointed. Like, oh man, Hulkster's a heel now. Oh, come on. But it was one of the greatest heel runs of all time. Hollywood Hulk Hogan, one of the greatest heel runs of all time. Suddenly, I'm a Real American is gone, and you got Jimmy. Down, it's different. It was all so much different, and you don't understand. That's why Hulkster was the GOAT. He was the GOAT. I don't care if anybody says Austin's the GOAT. I don't care if anybody says the Rock is the GOAT. Austin was Hulkster was the GOAT. You do not have wrestling without Hulk Hogan, who carried the brand. He carried the whole thing on his shoulders. Well, the 24-inch pythons carried that shit for a decade. A decade he carried it. He had to. And then other talent came in, and they were able to do it then as well. But the Hulkster carried it for a decade and made it what it was. So I'm sad today. I'm bummed out. This out of the three that just died between Malcolm, Ozzy, and the Hulkster the one that hits me, because that is my childhood. For some people, it was Ozzy and his music. For others, it was growing up watching Malcolm. And I grew up watching Malcolm, but I didn't have that connection. I didn't have the connection. And it was something. It was something. I am still deep inside a little Hulkamaniac. I'm still a little Hulkamaniac inside. I always will be. Always will be. And you got to it's a period of time when you had a role model for kids that was preaching something positive. Well, yeah, was he juiced to the max and doing all kinds of shit? Yeah, of course. But he was preaching a positive image to kids. Say your prayers, take your vitamins, be good, be a patriot. That's stuff that stuck with you, and you carry it on. And anybody, I saw some horrific, I saw some heinous shit today on X when it was breaking. When I went on to see it was breaking, I saw some people saying some heinous shit. Fuck you. Fuck you. It is the internet. I know people are going to say horrible shit, but you know what? You are a despicable human being. I mean, even if somebody I despise, when they die, I'm not running around publicly saying the shit, glad you're dead. I say it in private to people who share my feelings. But hey, there has to be some dignity. So some class. Oh man. I'm gonna be bummed out today, which kind of sucks because I still got work to do today when we're done here. I got work to do. We got to move it on. We cannot. If there were others here live on a panel with me, we could wax poetic if they were there about the Hulkster. But it's just me. I'll just keep telling my stories. Yeah, dude. Kel gets it. Kel gets it. I mean, Hulk Hogan transcended everything. He transcended he transcended media. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, check out my gaming channel at Renaissance Nerd Arcade, and follow me on X Twitter under @TheRedNerd. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.